Hi, everybody. This is SAAD. Yesterday on my social media, I posted several programs in completely different domains that are meant to help white people deal with their white pathology. And so I wanted today to actually read you the content from both of these programs. This is not satire. This is absolutely true. I will share with you the links to the stories in question. So this first one comes from the Rainier Beach Yoga Community Compassion Transformation. It's in Seattle. The instructor of the yoga class, who founded this center, has a course titled Undoing Whiteness. So let me just read you the stuff straight from the page. Are you a white person wanting to unpack the harmful ways white supremacy is embedded in your body, mind, and heart? Yes. Are you looking for an embodied approach to racial and social justice? Are you craving a spiritual community where oppression and privilege can be addressed with compassion and honesty? This awareness-building exploration is for white people to begin or continue the work of looking into the ways whiteness is conditioned within us all, as committing to an action we want to bring out into the world supporting racial justice. Good writing. In this class, we will have a discussion around the pathology of whiteness. This is not my satire. This is word for word I'm reading for you. Let me read it for you again. Have a discussion around the pathology of whiteness and how contemplative practices can be supportive tools to navigate looking at our conditioning with fierce compassion. Practice tools of embodiment to understand how this lives not only in our psyches, but also in our physical bodies. Meditate to understand how the mind is affected by whiteness. Is there a way to remove my whiteness? As well as how the mind can be a tool to counter whiteness with awareness and humanity. Share an action we plan to commit to in order to support our desire for racial justice in our communities. Use Shelley Tushluck's book, Witness Whiteness, as a guide for our work. Reading is recommended but not required. And then, the email and so on. So this is one person. She's got a yoga setup where through yoga practices, you can remove the pathology of whiteness. I swear to you, this is not my satire. I will share the clip. That's one. So you can do yoga classes to resolve your whiteness. Also, what you can do is this is called Race to Dinner. And I'll also share the page. This is where you can invite people of color for dinner. You keep your mouth shut, Whitey, while they explain to you so that you can their pain and all the harm that you've caused. So let me read you. This is a very innovative new program. White women, you are coming to the table to bear witness to our pain. Regina and Syra. Those are the two women of color who have started this thing. So the mission of this program, our mission is simple. Reveal the naked truth about racism in America and your complicity, capitalized, as white women. This isn't the stuff of Trump, the KKK, and Nazis. That's easy, it's obvious, and denouncing it requires almost nothing of white folks. What's hard? Looking at yourself in the mirror and acknowledging that as a white person in America, you are an active participant in upholding white supremacy. This isn't personal. This doesn't make you bad. This is systemic. And this makes you human, who is part of that system. Well, first of all, I take issue that they refer to white people as human. That's inappropriate. As black and brown women, we too are humans who are part of the system. Only we are on the other side, we are on the receiving end of white supremacy, while you are on the giving end. Until and unless white folks are willing to bear witness to the pain they've caused, we will never see change. The system of oppression will remain safely in place until white people, and now capitalized, all white people, are willing to acknowledge their complicity. Remember, when 34,000 plus terror attacks since 9/11 alone in 70 plus countries are committed by adherents to one religion, hashtag not all noble. But when you have racism in the US, all white people are complicit. That is where the race to dinners come in. White women, we are talking about you. We are talking about your complicity in upholding white supremacy and keeping us brown and black women down. You like to think that is the stuff of Fox News, but it is more than that. It is multifaceted, complete system that functions in all areas: economic, political, educational, health, religion, war, media, advertising, entertainment, labor, law, and every other system, which all work to keep all things in place that support white supremacy. Our goal is to dig out the tumor called white privilege. Again, notice how the condition of being white is now become pathologized. But that's okay, bro. That's not racism. So our goal is to dig out the tumor called white privilege, power, control, and reveal it for what it is, as an even more sinister and toxic form of racism. Imagine, you could be toxically white. That itself is a pathology. And you could be male. Male are suffer from toxic masculinity. Imagine if you have two diseases. You have comorbidity. You're both white and male. That means you have two sources of pathologies. You are an integral part of the system. It is time for you to own that. Making white women comfortable isn't our goal. Our goal is to be seen, to be heard, and to have you white women bear witness to our pain that you have caused. All of you, all white women, all white people. White women, stop centering everything on you and your feelings. How can you host a dinner? Step 1, are really ready to join us? That's their error in the grammar. I think they want to say, are you really ready to join us? Please consider why you want to join a dinner with Regina and Sarah. If it's to learn or to feel better or to be a good ally, reconsider. This dinner is not for you or about you. The dinner will be painful, uncomfortable, maddening, and upsetting, but what you'll experience listening to our stories doesn't come close to the pain of living as a brown or black woman in America. Are you truly ready to join us? So if I understand correctly, you invite them to dinner and then they just tell you what a piece of shit you are. And if you really are ready to receive that, so you foot the bill. So I'd like to sign up for this. By the way, even though I'm from the Middle East, so I'm a person of color and I'm male, maybe I can self-identify as a white female for this thing, and I could have the privilege of being on the same table as Regina and Syra. I will foot the bill so that they can tell me why all white people are garbage. Step 2, plan your race to dinner. Okay, now that you think you are ready to bear witness to our pain, let's get started. The next step is to contact Jessica Majerus, our program director, and she will get you started. That's it. So there you go. So if you want to get rid of your whiteness pathology, you could sign up in that Seattle course, Undoing Whiteness. It's through different stretches, different meditation, the different uttering of mantras. You can detoxify your body from your whiteness. If you want to do more stuff, you can invite women of color. You foot the bill, and then they can tell you what a piece of shit you are. If you don't really feel that you're ready for that, we don't want you to get together for dinner if you want to be an ally. Remember, they said that. It's not about you. It's not about learning. It's not about the people of color mentoring you. It's about you shutting your mouth, whitey, while they tell you why you suck. Are you ready? Are you truly ready to do that internal work on yourself? This is taking place in the 21st century, openly, brazenly, and people yawn. It's taking place on campuses. It's taking place in organizations. It's taking place on Facebook pages. It's taking place in bar conversations. That's the systemic racism that we're seeing today. It is the pathologizing of a group of people called, in this case, white people, as though they are diseased. It's grotesque, and unless you speak out against it, it will continue. It was horrible when people treated black people as though they were less than, and it is equally horrible and equally grotesque to treat people that have lighter skin as grotesque and less than. All forms of bigotry where you attack people based on immutable characteristics are bad. And the fact that you couch it as though you are mentors of color doesn't make you any less of a cretin. Shame on you. Cheers.